Good morning. Wait, that was the wrong button. No, all the wrong buttons. Hi, good morning. How are you today? Yeah, things should halfway work again today, so I can wave. Yes. Good morning, my beans. How are you? Hope you had a good night, a good rest, and a good Wednesday without me. Because I will quickly end. Now I'm here. Yeah, I think I have all my technical issues resolved. I hope so, at least. I suppose we'll find out when they happen. I wasn't even aware that you would still support Dungeons and Dragons, Eternal. Like, why do you still need another reason to leave? It's like saying, I don't know. 1945 was a rough year, but you know, I still support him. I'm not sure you should say that publicly, but I do support it. No. If you don't need to do it for any reason, please don't work with them. But yeah, I don't know why the game is already here. The game was not meant to be here. All the technical issues resolved, so let's push the wrong buttons. Yes. That's me. That's me pushing the wrong buttons. But yeah, how are you today? First of all, I gotta thank 2 new followers. Because yesterday after I raided Kuro, on Tuesday, Kuro and a person from their chat, Kirana Ruto, actually followed me. So thank you so much for the offline follows, really sweet. Yeah, but I don't really have a whole lot today. It's cold. I'm cold. What? So what, you can't be a half-elf anymore, or is it just a designated race? It's literally half-elf and half-orc are literally the only races I'm aware of. Like, the last time I had contact with anything D&D was literally when I decided that Baldur's Gate 1 is not for me. So it's been a while. I mean, I always thought that half-orc and half-elf were just... I mean, yeah. Well, play EverQuest 1. You can be a half-elf there. That was based on Dungeons and Dragons and Lord of the Rings and... God, so many things. If you've never played EverQuest 1, you would love your ass off walking into specific areas. Like, they're... You know what, let me bring up a picture real quick. There. Yes, I now have a new background art for my browser. To always show off the hotel boy. But yeah. Let me see real quick. And I think if anything should give it away, it's probably the name. Meet Rivervale. Ever heard of Rivervale? It's a very... And yes, that's what EverQuest 1 looked like. This is a release image. Oh, I just noticed I'm actually on Alakazam. It's... You have no idea what Alakazam is, but I do. But yeah, it was designed a bit after Rivendell. And you actually even see a few mountain homes in the style of the Hobbits. So, wonderful example, halflings in EverQuest 1. Yes, they were Hobbits. They even have hairy feet. And yes, the half-elves and the dark elves were all Dungeons and Dragons. And yes, they copied like there's no tomorrow. But that's okay. That's what most did back then, and that's what Blizzard still does today, and it works well. But yeah, let's get back into the game. I did a very brief search the other day because I wanted to figure out where that necklace is without spending too much time on the stream. And I got a really nice spoiler-free, well, mostly spoiler-free hint, because we've missed a mass grave in the sewers. That's all I know. So definitely should take a look there. And then our goal for today is to do some of these side quests and hopefully level up a little by killing a few of the people we don't care about. So yeah, let's review. Let's actually take a look back at the lost ring I couldn't find. Nope, there was... Oh, that was a dock task? Yes, here we go. Yeah, and Seymour's necklace is meant to be in a sewer somewhere in the right bottom corner of that ring. What does this door say? Dead inside. Maybe I can see dead people. Hello? Hello? No, I can't see dead people. Oh, you see that they actually applied a little texture and actually gave it a little wavy shader. Just so in this specific tight angle, it looks like there's a three-dimensional room behind. That is some nice detail. I like that. I so look forward when we kill that screamer. That one has been bothering us for a while. Just making sure I don't miss a hideout here or something. But yeah, so it should be further down here. And then straight through here. And somewhere here. Like, there should be an entrance to the sewer somewhere in this area. Also, this guy, I'll be able to help him eventually, I hope. See. Maybe it is this way, yeah. 'Cause, yeah. Somewhere around here. Let's just make sure we don't run into any high levels I don't want to deal with. And somewhere here, I assume, should be an entrance to sewers. Maybe this one? No. No, that's just the bridge. I mean, there was no place down from here, was there? Let me make sure. No. Didn't think so. Okay, then where is the sewer entrance? This? Oh, I think I see what this is, yes. That is the place we visited on our very first day. Yep. It's just that back then we weren't looking for this.
From Seymour to my beloved mother Stella. Fishburne, that sneaky bastard. It's locked, all right.
Yep, that was the one. I'm not so sure that looked like a mass grave, but it helped.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
I have retrieved the gift for your mother, sir.
Great. Give it here then and take this for your trouble.
I also found the corpses. The ones under which you left the necklace, Mr. Fishburne.
Ah, so that's where I left it. I can be a bit stupid sometimes.
Okay. Let's do a neutral one.
As a man of science, I'd like to try to understand why you killed those people.
Why does there need to be a reason? They were just there. It happened. That's all.
You're not a mindless animal, Seymour. Surely you have something to say about these murders. Speak up and I will listen without judgment.
Could be right, Dr. Reed. Maybe it'll do some good to confide in a gentleman like you. You being educated and all.
Okay, now I'm really curious. Because he sounds like a reasonable man that just kills people.
Tell me about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them? Was there a link?
Why should there be? They just kept getting on my nerves at the worst times, that's all.
Wow.
How many? How many victims?
It's not like I keep records. It happens when it happens.
You feel nothing, do you? No empathy for your victims at all?
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you?
We're not talking about me.
That right? Well, our calm's the only thing we have in common then.
Did you take pleasure in killing them, Seymour? All those people, all those lives extinguished.
I take no pleasure from it. Just gives me peace. Stills the anger. For a time.
This rage you feel, have you ever been able to control it? Resist it?
I tried. For my mum. I tried for her. Telling the truth made me feel better. For a while.
Don't you think you should seek help? Talk to someone you trust, someone who cares about you.
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either. Keep your mouth shut tight. Especially about my mum.
Why is your mother protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only one who knows me. Sometimes I think she knows me better than I know myself.
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you've put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead? She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
That is an interesting character. I like that. And how is he connected to Rufus? I don't know that yet. Oh wait, right. Rufus says that he's actually... Stella takes care of him. Doesn't she? Yeah. It's an interesting relationship. I like that. These are such well-written characters. I mean, you know, playing AAA games, you sometimes feel these extremely stereotypical characters. Stereotypical characters. It feels like people are afraid of making more unique characters. And someone who takes pleasure in killing and just, you know, is an outright open murderer. I think it's a really interesting approach. I like these characters. They have depth. I also like the fact that the first two streams, they shove the hospital up my arse, and I feel so bad that I don't want to kill anyone. And then the second I move to the docks and all the other areas, I literally want to kill everyone. What should I pick?
Sir, your hat has arrived.
Oh, that is a good test. Let's see if it works. Ta-da! It works. Oh, this is a good hat, is this not? Look at this hat. There, this is... No, doesn't work better. Okay, down here. I feel like I need a hat cam now. But is this not a good hat? Look at that hat. I mean, unfortunately, every time I take one off, I have to destroy them. That's the downside of the Endless. They don't just clip through, after all. But that's the price of looking cute. Oh, I don't know what to answer. Should I just, like, side with his mom? What do you mean death is an appropriate answer and death is an appropriate punishment? Punishment for what? I mean, my understanding is he just kills them because they go on his nerves, because he has anger management issues. I mean, these are probably all, like, serious medical concerns. That's why they are brought up to me as a doctor. But I think I'm gonna side with his mom. Let me see if that's a mistake.
I understand your mother's situation. Obtaining justice at the price of betraying her own flesh. It's quite a dilemma.
It might be my mum's wish that I end up swinging from a hangman's noose. But she wouldn't want to be the one who ties a knot round my neck.
Okay, that was the right one. Yeah, I mean, that's the issue of being a parent, isn't
Goodbye,
it?
Mr. Fishburne.
He is recovering, and I'm missing one hint. So now, let's talk. Where did she live? She lived in one of these houses. If I remember right, the one opposing the tavern. So tavern is here. That means she was over here. Ah, see, I'm getting better at this. See, I suppose her door was up here somewhere. Oh, what is this? I can be sneaky. Yes, come closer.
Stupid brat is gone. Good. I was tired of the maggot always hanging around our house anyway.
My God, Seymour. Have you hurt the boy?
Of course not. Why do you care so much about that cockroach? Do I need to talk to rats to get some attention too?
Don't be so childish. You know I love you, Seymour.
But you worry more about that stupid maggot.
Don't speak about him that way. Rufus has always been the kindest boy.
Yeah? Unlike your real son, right?
Yeah, these are such well-written characters. I really like that. And that actually means Seymour is done. And that to me means Seymour needs to go. But let's first talk to his mom.
Good evening, madam. It's Dr. Reed again. May I come in?
You best come back in the morning, Doctor.
Oh, okay. I do
I'll leave
need
you
level
then.
2 for that, so...
Good night.
You know what? Let's take care of Seymour. I don't think there's any reason to delay this. Let's talk about the last hint he has. Let's squeeze out all the info. And then let's
Good
do
evening,
our
Mr.
first
Fishburne.
murder.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we're still missing... Okay, you know what?
Goodbye,
Let's talk
Mr.
to
Fishburne.
Rufus. Let's see what happened between those two. Rufus always hangs around the house. Where is Rufus now? See, maybe he's around the bar? I know last time he was around here. There's Edwina, we already wrapped her up. We just need to murder her when we can. I don't think I ever went in here, did I? I don't think so. Oh, I feel really good. I mean, you know, today is my Friday. So essentially after the stream today, I get to... Oh right, there was these. There is just no way I can do this. So yeah, I always enjoy Fridays. And then tomorrow, we are probably going back to Vampyr. But there's also a chance that I'm not going to play it all day, because I do want to stream as long as I can on Fridays. So there's a good chance that we move over to, you know, say Inculinati or something. Something nice and gentle. Okay, but since I can't help him, how are you today, Eternal?
And every dawn another death.
Oh, who are you? Ah, there he is. I knew he was somewhere close. Let's see what the boy has to say.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reed.
Rufus, tell me what you really think about Seymour Fishburne.
Seymour, he just scares me. A lot. Actually, he scares many people round here, even big fellows.
You mean his brutality is infamous, even in this shady part of town? That's impressive.
Yes, sir. How someone like that can be related to Mrs. Fishburne, well, it beggars belief.
Yeah, she truly loves her son. No, I think let's go with this.
The patience of a mother for her child knows no limits. None of us would be here otherwise.
You're right. And I certainly didn't mean any disrespect to the woman who takes such good care of me.
Yep.
So long, Rufus. Be careful.
Okay, now... Now we have the last hint we need to actually finish him up.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
Seymour, why are you scaring young Rufus?
I don't like his act to gain me mother's trust. I don't like it at all. Little bugger is like a fly around shit.
Yeah, he's gonna kill him.
You can't blame Rufus for trying to improve his condition.
I don't believe in kindness nor innocence, sir. The boy is either a fool or a hypocrite who hides his hand well.
Okay, but he needs level 3. So...
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
also can't do him. But that's okay, he is now finished. So let's work on the other investigations. What do we have here? Oh, the chin bottles. The chin bottles are probably all the way... Oh no, they are right over here on the western docks. Yeah, let's grab those. There was a way somewhere here that I could teleport over. I think here? Yep. Never been over here.
I cannot enter.
If I'm not mistaken, if I have a key, the lock actually turns white, so I don't have to try it. There's another area with an interesting background music. It has this nice industrial noise level to it. It's like a lo-fi existence 2.0. I mean, looking at the ratings this game got on Steam and everywhere else, like an average of somewhere around 3.7. I'm still trying to figure out what people really disliked. Because, yeah, I mean, it's not the best game ever, but I'm having really fun here. Damn it, I thought there were people here. Yeah, there are. Let's see if he turns around soon, then we should be able to surprise the other. Because I don't want to wait 30 seconds. Actually, you know what? Oh, I hate when I'm cornered. Yeah, you come here. You come here. There we go. And I made sure to fully heal. So yeah, I suppose the gin bottles are somewhere in here. That's probably why they've been searching this place. So let's go through the warehouse. Oh, Wimbledon. Wimbledon. Wimbledon? Wimbledon. How about I just stop trying? Wait, where does that go? To Lakeland? Yeah, Lakeland. Wimbledon. Nope. Even if I randomly tried. Like, you know how you sometimes just have to surprise yourself with something? No, I should never surprise myself with pronunciation. Ah, so that is where the key led us to.
So much alcohol, he could keep this district afloat for quite some time.
So I can either bring them back or I can lie. Why would I lie? Newspaper article. Youth arrested for attempted murder. Last night, a young man named Tom Watts was arrested by the police for attempted murder in the renowned restaurant, the Silver Bell on Percival Street. The suspect was spotted standing in front of the restaurant, pointing a gun at customers for about 1 minute without firing. 2 witnesses promptly reported this behavior. Watts was arrested without incident but refused to give any explanation for his actions and only gave his name. His gun was loaded, confirmed the policeman who answered our questions. It is likely that Watts will feel the full force of His Majesty's courts for his transgression. The young man shall be jailed for a few years at least. Remember when pointing a gun at people gave you a few years in prison? But yeah, he sounds like a good guy. I mean, he literally keeps the only bar up so people can find a place to be safe. I don't think he's a bad person. I'd be really surprised. Ah, there was a nice loot area up here. That really helped. Yeah, I know. I mean, I feel like I can barely get through a dog walk without someone pointing a loaded gun at me at this point. That's what it feels like. Oh, we'll come back. What? Okay, now I have a question, because when you say cereal, now that I live in the US, all I see is this disgusting white sugar-filled, yes, exactly. Like cornflakes covered with white sugar and just essentially milk candy. And I hate the fact that this is what counts as cereal here. Yeah, Kellogg's, like the brand itself should not be allowed to call anything they sell cereal. Let's see, does he come down? No, he just waits up there. Just waits up there so he can keep shooting me. You know what that means? It means I'll come and get ya. I'll get ya. I'll get ya.
See them fancy clothes? This one's a top. Fuck, it's hot.
God, these flaming shots are really uncomfortable. Yeah, to me, cereal means oatmeal. Oh, and how can I not get up there? Or do I really not have... How can I not zoom up there? Okay, let's first take care of that guy. Boom. Unfortunately, they don't get falling damage, I think. Yeah, let's sneak over here. And let's bum rush him. Then I like how he's still pathing back over there. Slowly returning. No, but... Is it really better? Now, what I really love is oatmeal. But I put my oatmeal into cold milk. Because Americans put it into hot water. Like, no. Why? Yes. I see you buy these cups here. Those cups are filled with oatmeal, and you have some like freeze-dried fruit, and you have a little bit of sugar or cinnamon or apple pieces, like really good mixtures. And you're meant to open that cup and put cold water in, and then put it in the microwave. And the thing you get out is like a very sloppy mix of, well, I mean, imagine, you know, oatmeal soaked in water, warm. You know exactly what the... You know what, let's kill him. I don't need to suck everyone's blood, and he is a toughie. There. Let's rather grab some blah 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 blah.
I
Midnight
can't
snack.
believe I'm doing this.
Blah 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 blah. Wait, where's the next? Ah, blah 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 blah.
I have this thirst for blood. This
Yeah.
is despicable.
No, it's not. They're just rats. You're a vampire. Shut up.
It's locked, all right.
But yeah, I do agree that in the end, it's, you know, it's culture. It's... But still, it's... I'm sorry, that's a disgusting culture. It's like, you know, I can say that the bull runs in Spain are culture. Doesn't mean I support them. Do we have enough to build up? We do need more for these, so yeah, let's not fill up. I don't think I actually need any right now. Oh, hold on, I never looked at my recyclables. I see. But you know what? I don't like doing this because I want to do that when I'm back at the hospital. I'm gonna go and wrap this area up and slowly make my way back to the hospital to turn in a few things, and then I'm gonna take care of that. Oh yeah, let's go back to Tom Watts.
I am going to boop your snoot. You cannot stop me.
Why would I stop you? Boop away. Oh yeah, you see the voiceover. It should work again. Hopefully. All of them and all of it and all the redeems. Yeah, so we now go over here. We teleport back. You know, it's a good sign if I get around the city without needing actual help, because it means it's designed in a good way. If I don't have to check the map every time to figure out where I need to go, but I can actually memorize those streets, for me, that means they are done well, because I really am not good at navigation.
Are they stupid or something?
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
Okay, so let's see, Tom Watts. Yep, I have a whole new hint, but first...
You lied to me, Tom. Your warehouse wasn't empty. It was inhabited with armed vigilantes.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reed, but I thought those Prewen guards would be willing to let someone like you pass without trouble.
That was devious of you, Tom. Next time you can bloody well go yourself.
I apologize, Doctor, but it's just that I prefer to avoid the law, its enforcers, and all manner of thugs in uniform.
Here is your boost.
Here is your booze. I hope it will appease your customers. Just try not to kill anyone with this poison of yours.
Believe me, Doctor, most of my customers are less agreeable when sober.
But that means we should have... not all hints, but nearly.
Tell me about your arrest for attempted murder, Tom.
I tried to kill someone. I got arrested. I paid my debt and I have nothing to hide.
Do you think prison changed you? Made you a better man?
Oh, I don't know about that. All I brought back is bad memories, scars, and an ugly tattoo of a blue turtle.
But do you feel cleansed of your sins?
All I know is that I'm at peace. I did what I did, but I wouldn't do it again. Does that make me a better man? I don't know.
So you mean your customers know about your sordid past?
Yeah, why do you think this is the last pub open? I have nothing to hide, and I don't judge. That's a relief for many round here.
Yeah, I think he's a good guy. I mean, I don't know why he wanted to. Let's find out why.
You attempted murder. Give me some details.
I was given an order to kill. I was an obedient gang member at the time, a proud wet boot boy.
Why did you join the gang?
Because I finally felt useful. Do you have any idea what it means to feel respected when the rest of the world shits on you?
So you were ordered to kill someone. What happened then?
I don't know if you can possibly understand, but I couldn't kill him. I just stood there pointing my gun. Someone saw me. I gave up.
Why couldn't you shoot?
My target was eating in that fancy restaurant with mirrors and music. He was eating, drinking, laughing. He was having such a good time. I hated him for his bottomless appetite and easy life of easy pickings. And then something happened.
Was he scared to kill? Or did he empathize? Or... oh, these are all good answers. I don't think he was scared to kill. clearly looks like he was okay with killing, but he didn't want to kill him. Not because he empathized, but I think because he realized how sad he was. Let's try that.
You've had a sad, violent, and lonely life, with no joy to speak of. You realized that you were living with nothing but sadness.
No, not really. I had friends and happiness in my life. That was more about just being pleased for the guy.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that locked us out. I didn't see a lost hint.
Why not leave town and start a new life after you got out of jail?
I grew up in the East End. This is where my roots are. This is where I want to help others and die eventually.
Do you think the docks will always be a hive of scum and villainy?
As long as poverty and fear run the show, I don't see how it would change. Misery loves company, as they say.
Don't you feel threatened, staying in such a violent and criminal neighborhood?
I've made peace with my violent past, Dr. Reed. I may not be a pacifist, but I'm not angry anymore.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
That's it for his questions.
Clients. What with the epidemic, no one dares go outside.
So, what other investigations do we have now? Yeah, Dyson. We can tell Dyson that we found the site of the bombing. I don't know if you remember, but Dyson is a drunkard in the bar that keeps drinking because he wants to forget his past. And part of the past is the bombing that killed his wife. But he is now so drunk that he doesn't actually remember where the bombing happened. So he drinks more because he's sad.
Good evening, Mr. Delaney.
What? Oh, you're that doctor.
So that should help.
I found the location of the explosion, Mr. Delaney. I placed a flower for you where it happened, just as you asked.
Really? That's so kind. I never thought someone would... Well, thank you, Doctor.
It's nothing, really. And I'm sorry for your loss.
What? No, I didn't know them. No car was supposed to park there that day. Stupid bastard, why did he park there?
You're the man who hid that bomb.
I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone.
Oh, okay. So it didn't just kill his wife, he actually killed his wife.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly, so joyful.
Why are you so cynical?
Cynicism is the polite way to express despair, Doctor.
I want you to remember the bomb, Dyson. Tell me about it.
No, I don't want to remember it.
Why use a bomb? What were you trying to destroy?
The Dawson & Dawson ammunitions factory. A symbol of violence against the people. My group wanted to destroy it to send a message.
The victims. They were not the target then?
I spent so much time figuring out the perfect moment. I used a short fuse. No car had ever parked there. They all died.
I thought his wife died. Maybe I misremembered.
I sense your guilt, Dyson. Why is that? Did you not think violence was an acceptable political tool?
I still believe our fight was just. By killing an innocent couple who were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. No way.
Yeah, I think that's a good answer.
That bomb also killed you that day, don't you see? You just die a slower death, drink by drink.
I know. Maybe I deserve judgment. Until that day, I'll just be Dyson the drunk, not Dyson the murderer.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Yeah, he could be a target too, because let's face it, he's just gonna kill himself. So this is the one I worry about. I'm afraid that if I leave him, he dies. But his assaulters are like 3 level 16, so it doesn't matter, I can't do them. So let's take a look here. His orders, where were they? Were they associated with the other mob I couldn't kill?
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a time.
Let me double check, but I think that was... That was the mob in there that I had trouble killing. Yep, exactly, because I need to go from the other side. So that I'm gonna skip for now. And I think this should be quite a bit further in. Yeah, that is all the way in Whitechapel up here. So, how did we get there? Wasn't it past here? And then following the right? Yep, pretty sure we should now hear the groans. And I'll try one more time, but no, there is no way I can loot this because they can see me. So let's get these involved one more time, now that everyone is back.
It's one of them!
This might actually work. Yeah, I think this might actually work. Come on. Wait, did we leash him now? Yes, we did. Come on, attack him, attack him. Come on. One more shot, we can do it. There we go. Oh boy. Oh. That was one heck of a fight. There. Dr. Strickland's list. Ah, yes.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
But that wraps up another task we needed to do. We're good. I mean, I don't have any blood and I barely have any health. Let's see, this guy isn't up. Yeah, let's take some blood. And now I'm healthy again. Let's just make sure we didn't miss any loot. Nope. And now we go back and clean up a little. Because we have a whole bunch of turn-ins now. Yeah. Yeah, I check every time, but I do know where I need to go. It's... like I said, it feels like really good design. They put good landmarks in the right spots, so you recognize intersections. Level design always fascinated me. I utterly suck at any kind of design.
Get over here now!
Oh, what do we have here? I'm tired of your shit, Clay. What the fuck did you do? All the bloody dogs are gossiping about how my husband has just got that stupid kid. How many times did I tell you to count to 20 before drawing your blade? How can we expect you to do proper business and have people obey if you keep on killing everyone who dares cross you? Now rumor says some blokes from the dad's family are looking for you, and one of them even swore to kill you. Don't come home tonight. I've seen strange men patrolling the streets. They may be some commie militia or something like that sent to arrest you. Go to a safe place for a few days. Maybe go to the hospital or Whitechapel? Make yourself useful for once by checking if any business could be settled over there. When the situation is calmer, I'll send a wet boot boy so that you know to come back. Edwina. I see. Now let's talk to Clay.
Hey, Doc.
Yeah, he's recovering. He's one of those people I really need to kill, but we need to first make sure we have all his XP.
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
We can't escape the consequences of our actions. The past catches up with us in the end.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I can say for most folks.
And who are you, then?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day, I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
What can you tell me about your marriage, Clay?
Marriage is the sweetest cage, they say. Well, I found myself locked in one with a wild animal.
You mean your wife keeps you on your toes?
No, I mean, we both have claws and we both love to bite.
Am I right to assume your wife's letter pissed you off, Clay?
I was so mad, I threw away the knife she got me when we got married.
Your wife gave you a knife as a wedding present.
That knife has always been my lucky charm. If I'd had it in my hand when I got stabbed on that pier, I'd not have been wounded.
Do you want it back?
I don't need it here, but if you'd be kind enough to bring it to me, I'd be really grateful.
A grateful Clay Cox? I might just find your knife and bring it back to you to see that happen.
I can give you directions, but I'd be surprised if you managed to find it. My hideout isn't meant to be found easily.
A lucky charm? I never would have taken you as the superstitious type.
We all have our flaws, Doc. Mine's to have my weapon of choice for when the really dirty business comes around.
Curious. So yeah.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
He is now full, but there's a good chance that that knife gives me access to Edwina as well. I definitely want to find that knife. Let's see. Where is your hideout? Your hideout is near the docks, right at the bridge. Let's go back there. We just killed the enemies there. So that should just be an easy run back. Yeah, just down there and then back at the bridge somewhere. I mean, I would assume it was down. Since, yeah, it points at the docks, so how do we get down there? How do we actually get down there? I suppose if anywhere, it would be up along the left. Yep, there it is. Let's check that side. Oh yeah, that's where the sewer was. Hold on, what is over there? I just want to make sure. Yep. So I did see something sparkle. But his is probably somewhere over here. Yep. Oh, that is a beautiful knife.
This must be Clay Cox's knife. A fine blade. No wonder he wants it back.
Okay, so let's bring that back to Clay. And then I think we can actually wrap him up. Because I don't think there's anything else we would need from him after that.
Hey, Doc.
I have found a gift from your wife.
In that case, you'll be properly rewarded, Doc. Clay Cox is a man of his word.
I hope that won't make me an accomplice to your future crimes.
Who knows what I might do now I feel invincible again.
Okay. Do we have everything? We have everything. He is full. Yeah, I think he's gonna be our first. Let's bring him. Let's see where I have to bring him. I mean, you're not telling me I'm bringing him all the way to my office, are you? It looks like it. Oh no, just a back room.
I killed, extorted, stole. Now I die. Fuck it. I live the way I wanted.
Aww, that is adorable. It's like so close to Assassin's Creed and just a gentle nudge. And then the soundtrack, oh, I love it. That is so atmospheric. Now, what should we do?
Is Moxie the baddie? Is Moxie a vampire? Let me see your teethies.
Yes, I am. Look at them teeth. They're gonna come for you too. Yeah, it's true. It's clear that I only eat cotton candy. That's the downside. But yeah, I still feel like these two I can probably get rid of. They are, you know, he is always in pain and she just wants to be a vampire. I don't think I can heal either, so I think these two can be good targets. Those, no. He's a good person. Doctors, I'm not getting rid of doctors. He's a good person. Yeah, these two are good people. He still has a headache I need to really treat, but I haven't found that ingredient. These are good. You know, they are not perfect. Like, they all have shit going on, but they're good enough that I'm not going to murder them. On the other hand, these two need to go. Well, he needs to go. Those two stay. I think she is good and he is good, and she's going to have a son when Seymour is gone. So Rufus and Stella stay together. Yeah, Sabrina and Tom Watts, same story. They keep the place alive. Dyson, I might take. Like, Dyson, he just wants to die. I mean, he's just slowly murdering himself. And yeah, even criminals have standards, MHF. That's an important part, of course. Okay, so now we have the local command post. Oh yeah, and I need to tell them about my findings. How are you today? Should I just call you MHF? I think that works, but let me know if you have a preferred name. But yeah, let's see, where are the doctors? Dr. Strickland, where are you? No, he's usually not leaving the house. So he should be somewhere here. But he's not in that corner? He's not in that corner? So he has to be here. In that wing. Yep, there he is.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland. And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I really need to get back into programming. I've started learning a little again because I was setting up Sammy. I was getting into, you know, C# and Java and just doing the basics again because I haven't done that shit in a decade. I gotta get better. I gotta get back into it.
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
Is he drunk? Look at these idle motions. Like, these are not normal idle motions.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
I mean, I'm sorry. I support this.
You have my support, Dr. Strickland. I know exactly what it feels like to battle an unknown disease with only your mind and force of will to help you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You don't know what that means to me.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Yeah, he is definitely a good
I can't
person.
let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
It's like it's difficult to, support people that experiment with humans. But look at this place. This is hopeless. This is just fighting for survival. I mean, if you see someone that's about to die and you don't know how...
I cannot enter.
And you don't know how to save those few that still rely on you, then I kinda support that. I mean, sure, I don't want to be...
Strickland's project could be dangerous.
I don't want to be the person that causes the death, but I understand it. So yeah, I'm gonna bring him that, because he's gonna continue anyway. And let's face it, I hate Dr. Ackroyd. He's an ass. So I will side with the lesser evil. He was over here, wasn't he? Did he leave? Where is he? Oh, there he is.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Oh, and if you aren't aware, MHF, if you ever need any help with SEMI, with OBS, with VTuber Plus, with anything, Twitch related, let me know. I am more than happy to help. If you have questions, most easily just hop on my Discord, say what you need, say if you have any issues, any questions. I am always happy to help anyone that wants to do that kind of stuff. Now, I don't know what your you know, GTK actions are for. But if it's stream related, happy to help.
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive, or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reed. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
There. I think that was the door we just couldn't open, wasn't it? No, not here. Upstairs. Wasn't that Dr. Tippett's office? Oh my god, it works again.
Just checked in.
Fun fact, Flipped Bolt. Well, first of all, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, and for the headpad, thank you so much. I am just glad that works again. This was broken since Monday because everything was wrong. And I completely screwed up all my scripts on Tuesday. So yeah, I'm glad to see that works again. But yeah, come on in. Make yourself comfortable. And yeah, Linux. The last time I dealt with Linux was... like 20 years ago? Give or take? I can tell you exactly what album I listened to and what album came out around that time, so it would probably be pretty easy. Actually, now I'm curious. Hold on. Let me check. It came out in 1999, so I was pretty accurate. The last time I dealt with Linux was 24 years ago. Oh my god, I'm old. Yeah, that was a s02e Linux installation. I don't even know if they are still around. But yeah, Flipped, it's really adorable because you're literally the first follower in like 6 or 7 followers that finally worked again. But yeah, how are you today? Yes, I know, you were 1 year old when I installed Linux and listened to Metallica's S&M album. That's why I actually know when I installed it, because that's literally the only memory I have of that album is staring at Linux and compiling kernel, and it was fun. I do sometimes feel like I really want to install Linux and get back to Linux. But let's face it, I'm a streamer. I'm a gamer. Yeah, sure, I can install Steam and Wine, and I can probably stream from Linux, but it's always gonna be a headache. It's always gonna be just, I don't know. But yeah, let's read this letter. Letter to Dr. Swansea. Dear Dr. Swansea, despite the actual urgency of the sanitary situation, I must inform you of a recent case of professional misconduct inside the Pembroke. Nurse Brannigan has been found guilty of undeniable, unprofessional conduct, and thus guilty of endangering a patient. Under no circumstances should a nurse diagnose and establish a prescription without at least informing the referent doctor about her conclusion. You know me, Edgar. I'm not against personal initiative when it is for the interest of all, especially during a crisis like the one we are facing. But we can't allow a nurse to perform a diagnosis and decide on a proper procedure to apply to a patient. The fact that said patient survived is no attenuating circumstance. It just means we dodged the bullet this time. I demand the strictest authority on this matter. See, I told you I don't like Dr. Aykroyd. He's like, oh, yeah, she's a woman. Of course she should not diagnose people because she has boobs. I mean, okay, we are in 1919.
It's locked, all right.
We are in 1919 London, so
at least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula.
We gotta put some sexism in and such, but Aykroyd, yeah, I'm fine ignoring him. What do we have here? That's Mortimer Goswick. He's the one that has the arm issue. The patient shows many signs of extreme fatigue and major sores on the throat, mouth and tongue, but no sign of flu. Refuses to speak, claims it is too painful, needs rest and healing of throat mucous membrane before any decisions can be made concerning his release. Oh yeah, right, he was the suicide. So that wraps that up. Okay. But yeah, like I said, Linux, I want to support it 100% because let's face it, it's... I don't want to support Windows, but it's just so difficult to justify it. Okay, so since we never touched these two, they're just gonna stay as is, I would assume. We can't cure his headache. That has to wait. I'm sorry. Let's check investigations. I do think it is actually time to rest. Yep. I suppose this is a really good time to make a decision on whether I want to kill these two or not. Because, I mean, I can't do her. She has too much mesmerization required, but I can kill him with another 850. And he is... I'm considering taking him, because he's just gonna commit suicide again. But then she is gonna be alone. So I feel like then I should also take her, because otherwise mommy is gonna be alone. God, I feel like such a horrible person. It really is. So yeah, he feels responsible for the disfiguration during the war because he was in a brothel, he slept with a woman, and then the woman burned the house down. But like I said, he sees her as hope. God, that is such a tough decision. No, I'm not. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna go level up. And hope that doesn't kill the one that's being attacked by the level 16s. I'm also going to reset my skills. Because I want to make sure we now consider well what we put our points in. So yeah, the first one I do have to put into healing. Or I'm not level 2. So now, should we stick with the claws? The claws were very good, but... having a ranged attack would also be really nice. And I could either go with the blood spear or the shadow mist. So one is a thrown weapon and one is a placed explosive. You know what? The thrown sounds... easier to deal with. Let's give that a try. Okay, now we should strengthen our bite. Let's take these two. And our heal from the bite. Even if the first two are barely worth it. But a heal is a heal. And a combat heal is worth it. We don't need more serums or bullets. I'm fine with that for now. Yeah, that is not a bad idea. Let's increase the blood absorption when using bite in combat. Actually, that is a really nice one, because that's now a 60% bonus. But then let's also make sure we have a higher blood capacity. Nope, let's skip out on that for now. Body condition increases health. Yes, we do need more health. And the nice thing is, if I don't like this setup, I can always reset it one more time and try again. It doesn't cost anything. Now let's... yeah, a bit more stamina. So I can hit people harder. Let me see if I should do the 3rd level of blood. We still have so much XP left. Let's see, what should we do? Let's first take a look at our auto heal. That I want a bit stronger. The spear, let's get that to level 2. Oh, wow. That's a lot of XP. Okay, let's not get that to level 2 then. Oh, that is nice. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, let's upgrade that instead. And then maybe this. To get more heal out of it, and I just make a stun build, essentially. How much do these cost? They cost 1,000. So I can't do the ultimate yet. But... yeah, let's do a defensive. Let's do a blood barrier. I think that is a good mix now. Now let's hope that guy didn't die. Oh, what the heck? What is that? Okay, the prices went up because I killed Clay. And why are these all what? How is everyone suddenly fatigued? Okay, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fatigues. Oh yeah, true, it didn't say it went up, so it might just be... up. I suppose that answers the question. Okay. So let's see what we need to do now. We need fatigue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, wait, that was the wrong window. Okay, let me try again. 1 cold, 1 fatigue. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 fatigue and a cold and a headache. There's no way I have enough for that. Yeah, I have 1 cold. And then let's just make all the fatigues. And you know what? Now that we're here, let's take this stuff apart. Like, no reason to keep the watch. Ink pen. Small bags of junk. Rusty box of pills, a cigarette case, and a bottle of cheap gin. Small bottles. Two watches. And alcohol. I don't know how I get 2 glass vials out of a bottle of alcohol. Like, that's something I would love to have explained to me, but let's not ask questions. Let's do 3 more fatigues. And then let's upgrade. Oh. His headshot is nice. Yeah, and Milton's shotgun. So let's work on Milton's shotgun. Can we upgrade that? We can do one of the two. We can increase damage by 10% or reload time. Nah, damage. Wait, what do you mean or? Why can't I do both if you say or? Oh, I see. It lowers the damage if I do that. Upgrade it to level 3. And I can do damage or reloading time again. We can't do level 4. But that is a nice strong hit now. And you know what? This headshot. Yeah, let's upgrade the headshot so we have a melee weapon that doesn't take a lot. Okay, so once again. Absorb blood points when the weapon hits. How much? 2.5. Or 3 stun. Yeah, we're going for stun. Increase damage or decrease stamina consumption. Oh, more damage. Yeah, I'm not gonna work on the stake. That has 10 stun and that has 3 stun. Like, how much would this cost? Yeah, I suppose that's fine. And more stun. Yeah, this is going to literally be a stun build. Oh, nope, here we go. This is where I need to... Hello? There we go. Yeah, you are now this. I don't need a second weapon. And here we have the shotgun and that. That is perfect. Now let's look at our activities. So left button is still the self-heal. Right button is the blood spare. And the right trigger is the blood barrier. Yeah, I think that should be a good setup. But this means... Yep. Nothing I can do. I couldn't save him back then. It's just... He's just dead now. Now let's take a look to make sure we can loot stuff again. Because usually after...
It's locked, all
we
right.
sleep, at least some of the loot gets active again so we can get more resources, but... I don't see any right now. Check over there. No. Huh. Yeah, I haven't quite understood when it comes back. Okay. Let's go through step by step.
The life running in your veins. This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
Oh, they are adorable, aren't they?
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
Not really. I think I caught something in this bloody hospital. I swear I'm dead, yet smiling inside, Dr. Reed.
As long as you remain here, I will make sure you don't have to worry about your health.
Don't think you can do much about it. Damage is done.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Oh, there. Milton. I need at least the staff in good shape.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
But yeah, there's nothing new here.
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. And thanks, anyway.
Goodbye, Milton.
I'm not even sure if I have to do this. But, you know, if I don't heal them... I mean, I suppose the better question is there a reason to do this if I don't plan to bite them?
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
I don't give a fuck, to be honest.
Do you think Dr. Strickland has any chance of curing the Spanish flu by himself?
His wish to cure the sick is not driven by pride, but by an idealistic view about our mission here. Honestly, I don't know which is worse.
You consider him a good practitioner, yet you will not report his methods.
Strickland may be a rival, but I will not use dirty tricks or regulations to prove him wrong. We are doctors, not politicians.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Yeah, if I ever wanted to kill a doctor, he'd be the one.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Like, I would love to know if I can actually perform his operation or if I'm just delaying the inevitable.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reed. I'm sure if me missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the...
Okay. So now we need, yeah, Goswick and Brannigan, and Rakesh are the important ones.
As for me...
So Rakesh is over here.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Let's make sure there's nothing new.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Is there anything I should buy from him? No, that is all way too expensive. Oof. He does have opium. Oh, we buy 2. Yeah, I'm gonna buy 1 of each just to make sure I have stuff. Great, and then he walks off without giving me...
I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation.
How do I get in there?
It's locked, all right.
Have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife? I hope that might help.
Great, now I gotta wait until he comes back out so I can give him medication. Should have done that right away.
It's locked.
Come on.
I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
Do I really have to... Okay, let's see if I can figure out where it wants me to be. Because I did see a shadow over here, but I think it's... Yeah, it's inside. Okay, let's just see if we can find Bren again. She's usually out here somewhere. There she is.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
According to the report I read, your unprofessional conduct put a patient in danger, Gwyneth.
That's not true. I know when my patient's life is at risk, and I'm more competent than a lot of doctors that I know. Problem is, I'm a woman.
I don't see what your gender has to do with your abilities, Nurse.
Yes, nurse. Because I'll never be a doctor, no matter what my skills.
Yep.
I could make a decision that could save a life, but oh no, that's unbecoming conduct.
Have you heard of Elizabeth Blackwell? She was the first woman listed on the UK Medical Register. Change is slow, but it will come. And you will always have my support.
To have the right to study shouldn't be determined by sex, skin, or wealth. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm glad we removed 2 of those issues.
Do you require medical assistance, Nurse?
I will be fine, as soon as I can get some sleep.
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Take this, and do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reed. Thank you.
Goodbye, Nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Yeah, she is such a good bean. She's just... We have a saying in German, saying that she whistles out of her last hole. It essentially means that she is now so broken that the last thing that still happens is that, you know, a little bit of steam comes out of the last hole before she's about to collapse.
It's locked, all right.
Oh, what do we have here? Hello, sis. How are things in the big city? Here in Brum, things are not so good. It seems the flu is here again and we have many new cases of infection in the neighborhood. Do you remember Mrs. Scheller, the old drinking hag from the 3rd floor? She passed away 2 days ago and her flat is already occupied again. Jeez. You would have to pay me a huge amount of money to go sleep in the bed in which a woman died of the flu just a few hours ago. Sorry, I did not take time to quickly answer your last letter. Between taking care of little Paul, Mom, Dad, and my job at the factory, I rarely find time to write to my favorite sister. By the way, my son says hello to his Auntie Pippa. You should see the little bugger. Already driving me mad. And Mom says you bring back some of those marvelous cakes the next time you come back home. In your last letter, you told me you thought about quitting your job at the Pembroke Hospital. I have to tell you, Pip, you better think twice. There are always jobs at the hospital, at the factory, but wages are shit, and it is as boring as a day without a shag. Oh, I have a new fiancé, and no, I'm no slut, you moral bitch, you. So if you really want to quit and do something more useful than counting the dead every morning, maybe you better stay in London and join that band you told me about. The Guard of Priven? Something like that? Never heard of them. But if they are, like you said, some sort of civil militia trying to make a difference, then maybe it's a good choice for you. Just be sure to let the others go in front. That's how my poor Billy got killed in France, by leading too many patrols. Bloody war. Anyway, come back as soon as you can and give me all the good news before that. I'm your affectionate sister, Lucy, Paul, Mom, and Dad. Did I really not loot these before, or did they regenerate? This is the thing I'm still trying to figure out. I mean, I clearly didn't loot that letter before. I'm not sure how I didn't.
I wonder why the Goswicks came here in the first place.
Time has lost its
Good evening,
effect on
Nurse
me.
Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Pepper, are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream. But in the end, I don't feel that useful. I want more. I want to make things change.
You should be proud of what you've achieved. This hospital represents hope for many people in need of help.
Maybe you're right. But at the moment, I feel like we're just a cemetery waiting room.
What steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I don't know yet. My sister believes that the real fight is in the streets nowadays. Maybe she's right. Maybe this is what I must do.
And what about Milton Hooks? Does he share your point of view?
For Milton, any change means more comfort and more peace. I disagree.
If you feel that saving lives is not useful enough, perhaps it means that you've lost faith.
On the contrary, my faith has never been stronger. Maybe we are all just too proud to face up to the fact that science cannot compete with God.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Yeah, we could see
my blanket.
if.
The cold will be my death.
Well, hopefully. No, I'm sure I will be your death. No worries. Why can't I talk to you? Oh, wait, right, there, Rakesh. Let's...
I met him in New York once.
If only there were more of us, with less resignation and more determination.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that Cadigan fellow.
You look exhausted.
Okay, no, they don't have anything new to tell, so let's head back to Rakesh. Yeah, it's faster than running through the hospital. Yeah, before he goes back inside.
It's locked, all right.
Tomorrow. Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Do you need medical attention?
Well, the proximity of the dead is not the most healthy company, even if the quiet can be appreciated.
Don't take too many risks with your health, Mr. Chidana. None of us are immune to this disease.
And that is a good thing. Death and disease is a constant reminder of our mortality. But you have my thanks, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Okay. Now let's see who is still missing. Yeah, just Beatrice Goswick and Oswald Thatcher, but he has a headache, I can't help with that. So yeah, just fatigue for these two. And then I need to go to Cox and Digby. How do I raise my mesmerize level? So yeah, let's go to Goswick.
Sadly depart. I'm managing a train terminal.
And she should be... yep, in here.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No, I don't feel well, actually.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this will help you recover.
Well, at least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for this hospital.
Hey, Katna, how are you today? Come on in, make yourself comfortable.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Okay, so yeah, we now only have this target here. And Edwina with her fatigue. How much fatigue do I have left? Do I even? Serums. I have 3 fatigue and 1 cold. So yeah, I actually can help both of them, so let's do that.
Like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
See, I know I looted that. I sometimes feel like the loot only regenerates to tease me and make me believe that I didn't loot it in the first place.
And I thought last summer's epidemic was different.
Oh, thank you for the head pets, Eternal. I'll actually, yeah, I should hydrate. It's, well, it hurts. I am on antibiotics. I have a root canal next week. Actually on the 11th, so I'm probably not gonna stream that day. But yeah, it's a thing. Give me just a second. Yeah, we actually did that, but we can always do something related. Yes, look at that, my hotkeys work again. Ah, it was a horrible Tuesday. Yeah, vampire. Yeah, werewolf, that works. It doesn't really, but it... How about this? We do vampires and werewolves. There, and ghost and crab. Yeah, vampire is very simple. We just use a different spelling. We call it Vampyr. Not far from how this game calls it. The game calls it Vampyr. In German, it's just Vampyr. So you just gotta pronounce it very German. Vampyr. Of course, if you take a plural, then it's Vampire. So instead of vampires, we say Vampire. And instead of vampire, we say Vampyr. You know, I am a horrible person. I took a note that I should install the German keyboard. So I have my umlauts ready and I didn't. So I am literally Googling to get an umlaut. So in German, it's the werewolf. It's literally the same word. We just remove the E in the middle for the singular. So it's just werewolf. But if it's the plural, then it becomes Werwölfe. Because Wölfe with an Ö umlaut is the plural of wolf. And then we have ghosts. One ghost is a Geist. Many ghosts are Geister. And I'm not going to translate the crab. That was a joke. But yeah, yes, exactly. That is actually exactly it. If you take the Zeitgeist, all this means is the time ghost or time spirit. We use the same word in German for ghost and spirit. We just treat it differently. So in this case, the Zeitgeist is essentially the spirit of time. Makes a lot of sense if you think about what the word means. It's just, yeah, the spirit of time, the Zeitgeist of it. So yeah, there goes our German lesson for today. I mean, maybe not the last. Oh, I'm glad this works again. You have no idea how miserable I was on Tuesday. I mean, I literally for 5 minutes had my head stuck in the clouds. Because the macro thing didn't work. Oh yeah, is that happening there? Sometimes this game switches into this really weird combo mode where it then uses my gamepad as a mouse cursor even outside of the screen. Has some weird bugs. Shit, what do I want to do? Oh yeah, right, I want to go to Edwina. Shin the Ninja Penguin. Okay, that is cool. I love that. Hey, welcome to the channel. A Ninja Penguin. Okay, I need to know more. I so need to know more about that. That sounds like a really interesting stealthy burp.
Christ, he's dead!
Yeah, if you just bought it, I'm trying my best not to spoil anything, because this game is fun. It's, you know, it's not the best game ever. But I'm having fun. I love the setting. I love the atmosphere. Yeah, that's true. But still, I'm always trying my best not to spoil anything bad. I suppose the best thing about this game is that, you know, you can decide how you want to play it. If you want to be an asshole and just murder all the good people, then you will become the strongest vampire ever. You're just an asshole. Hummel is Bumblebee. So the tank that's called Hummel is literally the German word for bumblebee because, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that like a really... Wow. I am not doing well today with pronunciation. But yeah, the idea of why they called it Hummel is... Let me show the tank real quick. If I'm not completely mistaken, is because it looks so big. I mean, this is, you know, a surprisingly big and bumblebee-like tank. So if you compare this to, say, a Hornet or a Wasp, oh, still, it's a moving thing. To me, that's a tank. But yeah, you get the idea. It's just... It is what it is. Oh yeah, right, I don't have stealth anymore. But I wanted to test this spear. Oh, that does a lot of damage. I like that. Yeah. that new stun is good. Yeah, and that headshot. Oh, I like this new setup. I really like this build. Yeah, I mean Sniper Elite. Sniper Elite literally is all about killing Nazis, so if that wouldn't mention all the good tanks, I don't know. I do have 5 installed, I still gotta play that. Sniper Elite is a really weird game, because there is literally no... I feel like there is no real depth to the game, you literally just play it because you want to have fun knocking heads away.
Easy does it, boys.
But then I always play this game as such a perfectionist that my main issue is spending like 3 hours on a single map to literally just kill everyone perfectly stealthy. Oh yeah, and the added stamina really helps. Yeah, I think that was a good level up. Yeah, it's like if I play Metal Gear Solid, I'm gonna do everything stealthy. If I don't get Ghost, I didn't play it right. It's the only way it's fun to me. Why would you aim at the one that was the furthest away camera? Hello. There. And let's feed on the last one. Oh, come on. I just want to stun you. There. There, now we're full again. Come on. That was really sucky with avoidance. I know I said it before, but there is this one really annoying attack they do where they pounce you that you just can't seem to be able to block or dodge. It's, I think, the only thing I really hate. It's where the combat feels slightly unfair. Like here, I was in the middle of a swing and they still hit me. Yeah, it's, I 100% agree with you, Shin. Sniper rifles in games are just... If I can get a sniper rifle, I will play with a sniper rifle. If, you know, Metal Gear Solid, perfect example. That tranquilizer sniper rifle, once you unlock that, I don't think I have ever put it down. Like, why? Why use anything else? I love snipers. And a good sniper is, yeah, worth a fortune. This was the guy we could not save. Are you serious? You now come with a headshot. Is this headshot better than mine? Wait, he was literally the guy we upgraded our health for so we could save him. But I did assume that it would be too late. Oh, hold on. I have a puggle in need of being tucked in. Sorry if you heard any audible whining. I didn't. Oh, there you go. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, I have a little puggle that is always cold, which is not surprising because it's freezing here today. That wants to be tucked in. Yeah. Metal Gear Solid 5 is a hate-love relationship. I never actually finished it, but I finished the first 2 chapters, so I essentially finished most of the game. And up to that point, I 100%ed it, because I do play each level until I get 100%. That's a bit of an issue I have with this game. And, I mean, if you've 100%ed these levels, you know how annoying it is. It's just... ugh. Yeah, the cat overlords do that, don't they? I have one myself. Unfortunately, mine is upright walking and actually talks to me, so he will be very audible about that. He doesn't just roll around and slap your face like most cats do. I mean, he might do that too. Now we have a puggle that does that. No, you're all good, kid. And yeah, if you're wondering if this is your first time in, Kit is actually sitting next to me. So I'm allowed to make these jokes. Or maybe I'm not allowed. That is actually a good question. Dear Mother, whatever happens to me, always remember that your son loves you. I know you did not always approve of the way I chose my life. Choose to live my life, but I won't change. I was born and raised in this part of town, and I just can't stand what is happening to my neighborhood, to people we know. I recently made a terrible decision. I decided to strike back against the tyranny of a few. I know that they will retaliate, but I'm ready for whatever comes, thanks to you. I've always loved to read. Now that I'm about to take action, I can only quote Etienne de la Betier. I apologize, Ketna. Don't ask me to pronounce French names. They only seem tall because we're on our knees. I won't kneel anymore, Mother. I intend to stand straight, whatever the cost. Goodbye, my beloved mother.
There is a name engraved under the blood on the back of the case. Jack Gillingham. Maybe I should return this watch to his family.
Claw and nibble. Oh, Katna, you haven't seen anything then. This is like literally when the Skull Soldiers appear, it's just to hint at the fact that this game is gonna get weird. And then Kojima just pulls out the weird hammer. Okay, Etienne de la Betier. I would say Bautier. Bautier. How about you just nod quietly and agree that I pronounced it correctly? I have trouble pronouncing English, and I've tried that for 30 years. You know how long my last French lesson has actually been ago?
Hypocrites, all of them.
Yeah, that's rude. Go away, Ketna. No, I think I did French like 15 years ago. I tried really hard to get back into it and you know, learn another language.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
So I downloaded a version of Rosetta Stone because I was really curious. And I actually enjoyed Rosetta Stone so much that I decided I'm gonna wait until I, you know, can afford it and actually buy it, because I how do I say this on stream? I have no problem with people that pirate something to test it. But developers deserve their money. You know, you and me don't want to work for free, developers don't want to work for free. So if you don't give me a free demo, I might sometimes go a route that works other ways. But if I play a game, I'm not gonna not pay for it, and I hate when that happens. And I have the same issue with other things. Like, I really wanted to learn French, but I'm not gonna do that if I don't pay for it. And you know how much Rosetta Stone costs? It's like $400. They had... I actually had that conversation a few months ago. They had a Christmas sale where they had like a lifetime version for $100 for all languages included, ridiculously low. And I came like a few days too late. Made me sad.
You still use your husband's name, Edwina. Why is that?
Why shouldn't I? He may be a bloody bastard, but I'm still his wife, and his name means something round here.
Are you aware of what happened to him?
Yes. I'm sure he fought till the end and looked death in the eyes. The boys will mourn him. Except one of them, maybe.
Oh, so she knows that that he's dead, but she doesn't know I killed him, of course.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Yeah, what do you have? Oh wait, you have... No, that's just a common trigger part. I need the good one to upgrade.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
Can I offer you my medical help, Miss Cox?
Giving out for free? You'd make a poor businessman, Dr. Reed.
Perhaps I would. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you. But don't expect me to owe you anything.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
Okay, and then he has a cold.
Someone's playing a right strange game. And I'm gonna
You
find
again.
out.
What do you want?
Do you need medical help, sir?
Yeah, I do. If you can throw in some drugs, I can find use for that too.
So you can sell them on the black market? Sorry. I'll only provide you with exactly what you need.
Fair enough, Dr. Reed. Don't cost me nothing to ask.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Okay, but this should mean I now have the hospital secured. Oh, except her, because she's new. I don't even know. Oh, she might be the one in the bed that I can't talk to. No, wait, that would be at the hospital. Yeah, I don't know where she is. But looks like we'll find out. Where is this? Oh, that's over at the Western Docks. Yeah, let's go Western Docks. Because we need to go to Whitechapel to continue. Yeah, the teleport was somewhere here. Wasn't it? Yeah, there.
Get them weapons! It's mine!
Hey Alex, how are you today? Well, come on in, come on in. I'm pretty good today, how are you? I'm just... Oh.
Shin underscore the underscore ninja underscore penguin just checked in.
Shin underscore the underscore ninja. I'm sorry, but I love that. I think I'm just gonna call you the underscore ninja now. I'm too easily abused, I know. Oh, that's... I mean, you know, as much as it sucks when work is busy, It's nice when time goes by fast, isn't it? No, overappreciated any time. No, I don't think there is any overappreciation. Everyone is a good bean. But the underscore ninja just sounds like such a great, silly title. Yes, where are you? Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter. They can't really hurt me.
Let's see how it likes a bit of... There's one of them.
Ah, that head shit. I like that head shit.
You'll pay for it.
And then let's use the last one to fill up. Yeah, that is a fun weapon. I mean, there's also something oddly fulfilling about just swinging a headshot and chopping through those people. Yeah, let's see. So it is up there, but no, not up there. It's just up in general. And there is nothing over here we haven't done yet. So we probably gotta get out here. Yeah, exactly. It's there is always this term, I don't know if they are called the same in English, but the fact that you have two different kinds of stress. You have the positive and you have the negative stress. And as silly as it might sound, that's exactly what it is. You know, if you have positive stress, you keep going, but it feels good. You're in a steady flow and you never stop. Negative stress is if you work at a cash register and you have 20 people waiting and there are like 3 unmanned cash registered, but everyone is on PTO and you're the only one taking care of all this crap and someone needs your help with this and that, and that's negative stress. At that point, you know, you grow uncomfortable with it. But positive stress is something so nice to experience. It's just something that I feel has become extremely rare. Like, how many shops... Oh, a hideout. Like, how many shops do you have? Oh no, we were in here. Where you actually experience positive stress. Where you experience stress that feels good. I don't think that exists anymore. Okay, no, Clay's hatchet is better. And yeah, we need the good handle parts to upgrade that further. Let's take care of our recyclables while we're here. Rivets and aluminum. And then go again. But yeah, it's I worked in sales and at some point I worked in nearly every field. It's always entertaining to think about how many jobs I've switched through. I always considered myself a zigzag employee that like has all the little side knowledges of all the little jobs. Because I never really managed to stick with a job until, well, I mean, pretty recently, actually. Let's see if I can get through here. Because so far I have not found... Nope.
It's locked, all right.
Yeah, how do I enter this area in the middle? Let me see if there's a way around here. No, I mean, let's face it. People are assholes. Yep, this is locked too.
I cannot enter.
So I think I just can't go there yet. What is this place? Oh, that's just over here, yeah. You know, I mean, I'm not telling you anything new, but people are assholes, and people are especially asshole-like to people in retail. It's often enough you feel like that's, to some people, one of the lowest position they can deal with, and they can let their anger out on. And I hate it. Oh? Do tell. Definitely curious.
From this place as I can. You still working at this hour? That's what I call dedication.
I see. I think she had, yeah, she had a bit of info to catch up on.
Were you aware of Tom's past incarceration?
That's the first thing he told me when he offered me the job. He didn't want me hearing about his past from anyone else.
Did it surprise you to find out about it?
Not really. I was already aware of his reputation before I met him. That's why I came to the Turtle in the first place.
Most people would have run away because of that.
Not me. I thought a man like him could give me stability, you know? At least to some degree. And I wasn't mistaken.
I kind of like this accent. I like how she swallows half the word, and yet the whole word still comes out. It's like this weird British accent of just, like, I'm not sure what to call it, like flowing through the words and swallowing half of them, but not damaging the meaning. It's like if you hear weird American accents that you can't understand, this is so much better.
Tell me, Sabrina, do you really believe Tom has renounced his life of crime?
He proves it to me every day he tells the truth. Tom Watts is a good man. One of the best.
And you don't think he might fall back into his sordid ways?
We can all do terrible things, Dr. Reed. And we never know what we're really capable of until it's too late.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
No, I think they are definitely good people, and I'm gonna do my best to keep them safe. But that means, yeah, this one we can't do because we can't access it. That means I think it is time to actually head on out. So that means we're now heading to the North Docks and towards Whitechapel. Wait, is that the way? Can I get... No, I can't get through there. I have to go through here. And then over through... No. No, I gotta go up here. Right. Yeah, west and then up. No, also not. Oh, darn it. Yeah, that definitely helps. It's like if you're, 5 foot tall, maybe skinny, it's...
For now, everything seems
It feels like you need to have more dominance to make sure people don't just run over you and treat you with disrespect. It helps being a bit taller, like being a bit more muscular, and that's definitely always helpful. It's kind of sad that we're still at the point that physical appearance can change how people address you so much. Yeah, I should... Wait, have I ever been down here? I don't think I have. It's impressive for a door to be on fire. Well, a little bit out of it. 6'10". I must have been here. 6'10". Yeah, that is tall. And I'm sure it's not always positive either. Like, it doesn't matter whether you're, you know, what shape you have. Health issues come with everything. But yeah, that is definitely tall. I suppose the obvious question anyone would ask at that point is, if you've ever considered like professional basketball or sports in general. Or if sports even interest you. Because I feel like at that size, there are probably teams out there that would throw themselves at you if you have any inclination to do it. Just wanted to go through loot one more time to make sure I covered it, but yeah, that all looks good. So let's go over to the bridge and head on over to Whitechapel. Just make sure there's nothing here and nothing in this corner. Drink Cavendish Scotch whiskey. Yeah? Give me some? I'd be all for it right now. Have I been in here? If I have not been thorough, so let's go again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have been in here. Because there were people in here and I murdered them. And now they are in here again. So I shall murder them again.
We have to stop him!
There. As long as I get loot from random kills, I will always be happy to do them. But yeah, there was nothing else in here. So let's head on back out and cross the bridge. Yeah, 6'10" is tall. So now we're in Whitechapel, and Whitechapel is definitely having a few issues. So let's make sure we can save this district. Ooh, 80. I feel mildly uncomfortable, but I mean, I started, so it wasn't so bad. Except when he does that. Yeah, gotta take care of some healing. There. Wet Boot Boy's note. Concerning the recruitment of new boys in Whitechapel, I think I found one. Albie. He's as stupid as a stool, but tough. I asked him to prove to me that he could get some drugs for the black market and delivered quickly and nicely. Next time we meet, I'll tell him he's accepted as a wet boot boy and he must now meet the bosses to get his orders. Oh, that looks like a child. Like, unlike the one we called a child earlier, that one actually looks like one. sure we have no loot here. It's just a weakling. But we can use him to refill. So I'm gonna go heal first. And another free fill. Yeah, this new bite damage is really nice. I'm not quite sure what they are throwing there, but it definitely damages me, so I suppose those are just fresh herbs. Because we learned early on that vampires aren't actually sensitive to garlic specifically. They are just sensitive to dry herb, or sorry, to fresh herb. Or to anything natural, which is why the steak works. Because it needs to be carved out of fresh wood. And I'm not sure if that is actually the more traditional approach or if it's just what this game decided, but I kind of like that. That they are just so unnatural that stuff like fresh herb and fresh wood harms them. Nothing to do, nothing to interact. No doors. There, let's just do it easy. Because I can always go like...
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Oh, Alex, oh. Yeah, I actually did... I had a fun experience with martial arts myself. Because I actually learned karate at some point. For like 5 years. And I was, I think I was at the... God, I don't remember it. Was it orange belt? No, it was higher than that. I don't remember. I actually really had fun. Then the unthinkable happened, and a video game came out that I was more interested in than karate, and that was the last time I went. I like how this damages more people. So I suppose I've always been a gamer when it comes to that. But yeah, knee dislocations when doing martial arts, that sounds like very, very unhappy time. I mean, in general, dislocations are never fun, but a dislocated knee is very, very low on that list. Or high? I suppose however you want to see it. Okay, now I need to go up here.
It's one of them!
come on. How have I missed him 3 times in a row? There. Yeah, whenever a named one pops up, they are definitely tough. And the fact that his name was The Wall, I suppose that fit. Okay, now let's see, what do we have here? Looks like a secret one. Yep, so that's a key we need to find. Can this be opened from the other side?
Locked, all
yep.
right.
So how do we get to the other side? Through there, maybe? Let's first check. Nothing here. Yep. Oh my god, and I apologize if you once again hear the sounds.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Sorry for that. But yeah, if you hear any sounds upstairs, well, you wouldn't know they're upstairs, I suppose. But yeah, I apologize. It's... I said it before, our upstairs neighbors own like a 7-year-old elephant child that... She's like a 7-year-old girl and she makes more noise than I have ever seen a being make. She's like stomping around all day. Sometimes she's driving a go-kart. It feels like on the wooden floor. It's impressive. But I suppose that's what you get for living in essentially an apartment. So yeah, if you sometimes have a little bit of background noise, I do apologize. Sadly, not much I can do. At least until we move out, that is. Oh, found a nice back room that looks a bit like a secret room, but... Seeing I can't pick anything up, I'm tempted to say I have to come back here when someone sends me. There's just a bird cage up there, it looks like. Yeah, there's just like a little bird cage up there. I've never seen a bird cage in here. Oh yeah, there's nothing else, so that clearly tells me I need to come back here. Up. It forced me to walk.
Stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Okay, yeah. We've got a lot of people to talk to. Hey Turquoise, how are you today? Yeah, the problem is that I can limit how much you can hear it. But if I limit that, then you're also gonna have issues with me having to be more loud and stuff. So I can only suppress very little. I have some sound walls put up, but they don't do as much as I wish they would. It's just, we live in a wooden house and we have a wooden ceiling And when that child stomps, our ceiling fan will shake. Like, will not just shake it. They actually broke a light bulb before by shaking our ceiling fan. So yeah, that's how bad it is. Yeah.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
How do I know if he did it? I mean, I don't even know if he is guilty. But I will go with the suspicion.
Medication and drugs are a rare commodity in East London. So you picked an easy target, didn't you?
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Yeah, every now and then they have a party. And we will know the party happens because they have a wooden floor and they will pull all the furniture into each corner. So for like a full hour, do you hear the sound of furniture being pulled over a wooden floor? Like, you literally hear the scratches. You hear how the couch is being dragged in one corner and then the table in the other, and whatever they have up there is just being pulled in each corner for like a full hour. Then the music starts, and oh boy, I am convinced they do line dancing up there. I am literally convinced they line dance. Oh, hey. Riani? Riani? I'm actually not quite sure how to pronounce that, but oh, welcome to the stream and come on in. Yeah, I'm actually not sure how far in I am. I mean, I just now got to Whitechapel. I don't think that is too far in, but I am trying my best to keep everyone alive, except him. I just couldn't help him in time, and him, I just, well, he needed to go. But yeah, I don't think I'm too far in. Which is weird to say, seeing I've now been playing this all week. But so far, really having fun with this game. It's really enjoying it. I don't think it quite deserves the low score it got.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Oh, and since we got 2 new followers today, I'm still excited about that. I should probably mention the goal down here. Here. No, wait, wrong side. This isn't so difficult, Moxie. down there. About there, you see the goal. For the 100 follower special, we're gonna do a hand reveal. Yes. Because I'm gonna go and build an electronics kit. I don't know which one yet. I have a whole bunch here, but we're gonna have a microscope plugged in, and we're gonna do some soldering and measuring and, you know, just a fun little electronics stream. Never done that. I'm currently setting it up with webcam and everything, so that will be a fun one. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, that's probably a few weeks out. I don't think I'm gonna get 26 more followers just like that. So I have a bit more time to prepare.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The wet
Alex
boys have
KFZ7
accepted
just
your
checked in.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Alex. Oh, and there. Look at Disco Moxie. Ah, I love this. I could do this all day. If I could ever get a fursuit that just goes through color changes all day, just RGB color changing fursuit, Bring it on. Rianith. I like that. So I suppose that the DD is just a Welsh and sounds more like an if. Rianith. Yeah, I suppose that works. What are we doing? Yeah, Welsh. I love Welsh. It's... Don't let the language die, please. I don't speak it. I don't understand it. But I love it because I love unique languages. And Welsh is... I mean, yeah, it's one of those really unique... It's like Icelandic. Or, you know, Greenlandish, I think it's called. These are just languages that have developed slightly outside, slightly away from everyone else, and they haven't adjusted. It feels like, and I hope they never die. I really hope they stay. Yeah, Finnish is another wonderful example. It's fun fact, since I learned Hungarian, I can talk a little bit about Finnish. I know, would have never thought I can say that, but Finnish and Hungarian share a lot of the same grammar roots. And I remember that when I looked into that like 20 years ago, no one knew why. Like, they literally didn't know why Finnish and Hungarian shares the same language root. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they actually found out in the last few years that there were indeed movements of tribes back then that essentially migrated the language. They don't know in which direction. They don't know if Hungarian or Finnish was first. I don't know if that changed by now. But it's just so interesting to see two languages from countries that are so separated have identical grammar. And yeah, Hungarian... sorry. And Hungarian, I always enjoyed it because... Oops. Because it modulates the words. So instead of saying, you know, going, I go, we go, she goes, they put the modulation at the end of the word. So they change the word to change its meaning. So, for example, when you say going, means medjer. But if you say I go, you say medjek. So you really just change the word to include what you do with it. Or if you say I go into the city, then that's essentially just two words. The first word is go I, and the second is city into. And that always fascinated me as someone who grew up with German and English, and both have more or less the same grammar. Suddenly seeing something that is so completely different, loved it. But yeah, Brythonic. Brythonic. I don't think I've ever heard that term, but yeah, it's great languages. And yeah, I mean, Alex, yes, you can. The problem is I'm not rich enough to get a full fursuit with RGB diffusers, and oh my god, that would be cool. I'll wait until I win in the lottery for that one. Now, how do we convince him that he should not go and join the Wet Boot Boys? I mean, we already killed one of the leaders, and we're gonna kill the other two soon. No, this wouldn't convince him. He's just gonna do it anyway. Yeah, that's the one I'm leaning towards.
You're being manipulated by these criminals. What's worse is that you're clever enough to know better.
You're all fancy words, none of which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I've a future here.
Goodbye, young man.
Oh, and he has fatigue.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Goodbye, young man.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
Now let's see about him.
It's all a bloody joke to you, eh? Stealing drugs from the sick and suffering. What?
Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Alex, yes. 100%. Have I thought about making it? Yes. The problem is I have zero artistic skill. I don't have any of the tools. So free forming, pressure forming, styrofoam, and no. I have a partial fursuit that I will take to Denver in a few months, but making one of my own, I leave that to people who are much better prepared for that than I am. I wish I could. I really wish I could. But yeah. I just saw a video this morning about a self-made fursuit made out of, what was it? Hold on, now I gotta see if I can find it on YouTube. YouTube was forcing that down my throat, so I'm pretty sure it's still somewhere here. But it was a fursuit made out of 3 carpet samples. Yeah, here he is. I'm just gonna throw that up on the browser real quick. Because this is kind of where I feel I would probably be if I would make my own fursuit. The carpet sample fursuit guy. Yeah. I think that's kind of what my result would be in the end. It's impressive. If you like Five Nights at Freddy's, then I think this is actually a really, really good approach. I mean, let's face it, if you go to a fur con and you walk around a corner and this thing comes and goes like, hug me. Yeah, it's... And this is what I have to think of when you say, thought about making it myself, because I think this is what it would look like.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
You're welcome, Alex. Yeah, like I said, I mentioned that a few times before. I live in Denver. We have Nazi furs. You know, it doesn't matter whether you are an open person. You will always find idiots in every group. Furries are usually so accepting of each other, except those that aren't.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Oh, that's his son, huh?
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
Okay,
I'll
migraine.
see you later.
Yeah, I can't do anything with migraine
gun,
yet.
alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
Yep, that is a family relationship. Okay, now let's see. We have to go back. So this way. Yes.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually,
I see.
I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Yeah, fellow healer. I'm sure you're healing.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Yeah. I mean, takes one to know one, right?
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Let's see
I'd
what
like to see
she
what
has.
kind of medicine you're selling.
Let's see. Swanborough cordial with a list of ingredients printed in Latin. This item can be recycled. I'm gonna buy one, because I'm kinda curious. But I don't really need any of the others, and she is a bit more expensive than my contact is. Yeah, and I have never sold anything, and I don't see why I would.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
Yeah, right. Gotta always sell a little bit of snake oil. Oh wait, now I'm running back. I need to go up here. Okay, let's first see anything over here. Nope.
I cannot enter.
Yep, that's the one way. It is an interesting way to have this open world, but still have spaces like this that you can only enter from one way, so you have to get past the quest giver. Like they, in my opinion, they did a really good job designing this map. Oh, hold on. Something is flashing in front of my screen. I gotta make sure a few windows are closed. There, let's try that.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Now we can go into the back. Totally saw that coming.
It's locked.
There's no way to up. There. Okay, I might not have seen that coming. There. Okay, how do I get there? Good question, next question. Let's keep going, because... yeah, if I can't get here, I can't teleport up, then let's just look around this area. Let's see. Yeah, let's give that a try. Nothing here.
Turn around, sir. Dilate!
Good morning, Dalton. How are you today, Snoodle? Yeah, I just wanted to say, you have about 3 seconds before you're being called cute. Oh, I see. You're just T-posing for freedom over there. Yeah, I'm starting to really enjoy the combat. Though it does look like we're starting to get our memory issue. Let me just see if there's anything I can do, but I don't think there is. Because I don't want to restart right now. We're not in a good spot, so we might have to live with a little bit less frame rate. Yeah, one issue, just as a fair warning when you play this game, restart it every 3 hours.
It's locked, all right.
It's unfortunately a bit of a necessity, it feels. Oh, and I now have a hiccup. So if you hear sudden hiccups, those are for free, you may keep them. I mean, I don't know Steel Division, but I know a lot of people who say that Sherman tanks were always the most interesting and the most fun. I mean, I know that mostly from World of Tanks, which I've played at some point somewhat. So, I don't judge you. I mean, if there's one thing you can always say, is that German engineering was always expensive, but good and reliable. I mean, even today, if I... oh yeah, I mean on console, I imagine on PlayStation 5 it's a lot better. On PC it has a bit of an issue with a memory leak, so it doesn't always clear the memory well. And then as a result, at some point you just get better performance if you restart and clear your RAM. Usually they are smart enough to not cause these issues on console. Because PC users are a bit faster to forgive you these things. Except if you're Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk pushed it a bit too hard to still get forgiveness. And yeah, I absolutely agree, Eternal. German engineering, especially during the World War times, it was always big, over-engineered, and just to the best of its ability. And, you know, nothing wrong with that. It's... I mean, that's kind of what Germany got famous for after that. For its engineering and stuff.
I'm a cute crash, by the way. Space! He's dead!
Come, Dalton.
Oh shit. Sewer dog. Nom 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 nom. Gotta smooch the woofy. No, we actually learned it's not a werewolf. It's a... oh, what was it called? But it is a vampire. Just a much more feral kind. So werewolves seem to exist in this world, but these are not werewolves. So I do wonder if we get to see one. But yeah, these are just very specifically feral vampires. I forgot what they were called. Yeah, I suppose a gangrel would be the Vampire the Masquerade equivalent of it. Here they're called a large beast. I forgot what they were called. They had this very specific name in one of the books I read. Here, let me see if we can find that. Was it this one? No, that was the one about vampires having sex. No. Yeah, there. In Siberia, the Volkots were a lupine type of vampire. We considered these creatures to be linked to the mythological werewolf, now that we know it is not true. So yeah, they are Volkots. Vampire doggos. Yeah, we have Volkots, Econs, Skells. I still don't know exactly what an Econ is, but I think I am an Econ. Look at to you. Is this door functional? No, it's not. Oh, there are stairs. There. Oh. Oh, low damage. Can be ignored. Yeah, I would definitely be curious. I mean, I don't think it's a spoiler to talk about the Volkots. So if you have anything, absolutely, I'd welcome it. Because I gotta admit, British vampire lore is definitely not my strong suit. I mean, let me ask, are these Volkots then? Oh, okay. They're cute though, I wanna hug one. Okay. They do have a very blue bum. Look at that blue butt. Blue butt wolves. I have no idea where I'm going at this point. I feel like I'm just looking around, more or less aimlessly, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I noticed that. It's a lot of the stuff here, it's really appealing because it feels very different to the stuff we know. It tells you that very early on when it clarifies that no, vampires aren't allergic to garlic per se. It's just that garlic is a fresh herb and they are allergic to fresh natural things like wood. So giving the idea that the stake through your heart is, you know, is more harmful because it is fresh wood rather than two new people, new beans.
Welcome, sir. Please take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
I like that. It's a bottomless pit and no sign of the bottom yet. I mean, isn't that the whole point of being a bottomless pit?
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Yep, sounds like a group of Skell there.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
Yeah, sure, blame the migrants. No, I'm not.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Yeah, she does sound like a really good person every time I talk to her. But let's see what he has.
Show me what you have.
But yeah, this game is so full of sexism and racism that it really does a good job keeping that atmosphere up. Oh, is that a... Yes, that's a good handle part. I'm gonna buy this, because I do know I need this for an upgrade. But let's talk to... Actually, let me make sure he doesn't need anything. No, he doesn't.
This district has always been wretched.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
So many lovely individuals.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Yeah. I'm just gonna agree with him to see if I can squeeze a little bit more out of him.
You survive at any cost, even at the expense of others. Perhaps that's just the law of nature.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Okay, that should be... Yep.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Let's just talk to him again to see if we have a
Buying
hint.
something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you?
Nope.
Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, He found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Did you notice how many men are in this game with dead wives? Like, you would think that the main issue after the war was not the dead wives of London. But everyone has a dead wife in this game.
Without making excuses for him, it's safe to say that despair can poison even the sanest mind.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
That's okay, we're taking care of him.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Cheap price, good quality.
Now, I want to see what's here before we call it a night. Because you don't go to Whitechapel and then don't go to the Whitechapel, which I assume this is. I mean, I'll simply assume that's why it was called, right?
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Haha.
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
I'm shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I know you'd think so. But so far, this game has proven me otherwise. It's full of men and barely any women.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Yes.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Yeah, I suppose that is true, you know. At that point, and we are at night, but it's more about the fact that so many men talk about the fact that their wives died. I mean, we now have at least like 5 different men with dead wives. Yet we only have one woman with a dead husband. It's... I mean, I'm not disputing it, because let's face it, this was a horrible time and lots of people died, so...
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Yeah. There's not much to add to that.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, Ree. And then you add the racism. One of my nurses is half Indian and was talking about the racism. And then you have the sexism, and then you have the crime and the pandemic, and between flu and now you have a vampire epidemic breaking out. I mean, that is... Yeah. I don't judge her.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Let me guess, it is World War II related.
Miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Yeah, that is... I mean, he is a fox cat now. But yeah, ta-da! Because for that, we totally have to switch to the classroom. Because I am not gonna let this go without. So you're gonna get that one for free. Nebelwerfer. And you know what that actually means? It literally means frog thrower or fog launcher. And yeah, that's what it is. It's a smoke mortar. It's a fog launcher. It's a mist launcher. It's just there to make sure you don't see anything. Probably not too much longer. I usually aim for like between 3 and 4 hours on my work days at least. Tomorrow is a bit different. Fridays I'm just going until I don't want to anymore. But yeah, on work days I'm probably gonna bring it to a slow end soonish. But I am here Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, always at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. Probably gonna stick to Vampyr a little bit longer, since I kind of want to finish it. But other than that, I play whatever I feel like. Usually more... Oh, thank you, Ree.
Rihanna15 just checked in.
Thank you so much for the follow. But yeah, I play whatever I feel like, to be honest. I'm usually more for the lesser known and middle shelf games, like games that don't get a huge don't get a huge amount of attention but are fun, because let's face it, we all have played the Mass Effects of the world. We have all played the really good games, and I didn't want to just replay all the good games I've already played. I'm over 40 years old. I've played a shit ton of games in my life. I've always been a gamer. But I'll be honest, I've always been a gamer that focused a little bit on playing the good games. I've played the Mass Effects.
Nebelwerfer, Firmenwerfer, what's not to love about German?
Nebel.
Blep.
Nebelwerfer. It's Nebelwerfer. But yeah, I honestly have to admit, the only games I always all played were MMOs. If an MMO came out, I tried it. I don't think there are any MMOs out there I didn't at least try, no matter how obscure they are. But for games, I consider myself guilty of having been driven by reviews and ratings more than by games. Like, this is a game that on Steam has... I don't even know what it has on Steam, but I know it's like a 3.7 out of 5. At that point you ask yourself, well, should you play that or should you play something better? Can I make quotation marks? There. I'm getting there. So imagine these are quotation marks and not I'm just tickling you. But yeah, something better. But the problem is that these games have just so much detail and so much love. Oh yeah, 81% is higher than I thought it had. That they just have something to enjoy. And since I've never played it, I just felt bad not playing it. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. Tomorrow I might not play it all day, because it's gonna be a longer stream and I feel like mixing it up a little. So we might switch to, say, Inculinati or something turn-based to end the week. Especially since on Fridays I can indulge in legal recreational materials to have more fun, so that's always an option. But yeah, I'm definitely coming back to this next week as well. But let's talk to this priest. Can he see I'm a vampire? No, he can't.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son.
Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Don't you fear getting sick yourself?
I've been touched by God's grace. I am perfectly healthy.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I vaporize the herbs, then they are not fresh. Eternal, that's the solution. But yeah, I agree with you, Ketna. They just wanted to make a good game. And that is something that you see a lot from what's the publisher called? The one with F. Did I really forget what the publisher is called? FF. The one that does all these middle shelf games. Thank you. Focus Entertainment. Focus Home Entertainment. You know, they rarely have a big hit. They had Hard Space Shipbreaker. I think that was probably one of the biggest hits they had. But they are one of those companies that publishes small games. But that's what I like about Focus. They pick up smaller games and publish them. I mean, yeah, it's, stuff like Hard Space Shipbreaker, stuff like this, stuff like the Styx is, I think, all from them. Just these not amazing games, but games that are good and deserve being played. So Focus is definitely a publisher to keep an eye on, if you like these kind of games. Yeah, Styx Shards of Darkness, I think, is also from Focus, isn't it?
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
Yeah, you know what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics? She joins the right party. Sorry, I don't want to sound like a communist, but I mean, that's a lot better than the alternative.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition. What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Oh really? It was not? Oh, thank you for the headpad. Then who released Styx? Or rather, what else did Focus release? Cyanide? Wasn't aware Cyanide is a publisher. hold on, let me... Nope, my mouse is stuck. There we go. Cyanide. Yeah, that was the developer. Huh. Now let me... Oh yeah, true. They did Blood Bowl. That was one of them. Let me see what else they did. Now I'm curious. I know they did a lot of good stuff. Wait, I wasn't even aware there's a DLC for this game. Oh, it's literally just 2 weapons. Yeah. Oh yeah, Atomic Heart. Atomic Heart, I hear really good things about Blake Tale. They did My Time At, both Sandrock and what was the other one called? High Rise City, Snow Runner. The Surge 2, Creed Fall. Oh yeah, they do release the farming simulators too. Bro Cycling Manager, Space Run, and Space Run Galaxy. Yeah, it's just, they have a whole collection of good games. Yeah, I didn't look into Atomic Heart yet. It's still on my wish list because I'm not quite willing to take it off. But I heard some questionable things, so it's just floating there until... one game I'm really curious about is Returnal. Not Eternal, Returnal. The roguelike. That is a game I'm definitely interested in. But hey, let's see what the priest is doing against Armageddon.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Uh-huh.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna kill him. Probably very soon.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I send him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
Yeah,
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Oh, thank you, Eternal. You go have a good day. But yeah, arsonist priest, I mean, the only thing missing is that he, you know, admits to pedophilia or something. Bring it on. Because he's already really big on my shit list. Yeah, the way I play this game is simple. I only want to kill assholes. I only want to kill people that actually deserve it. The only one I killed so far was an asshole and was someone who absolutely deserved it. And he is, where is he? He's up here. He's worth a shit ton of XP. Yeah, he's gonna find an end. That I can already tell you. But yeah, I do think I should probably call it a day here too. Since I should start making a little bit of breakfast at least. But let me just quit out of this. There we go. Yeah, it's been another amazing day. It's I can't thank you all enough for the follows. I actually got 4 follows today. That is ridiculous. We're getting really, really close to the electronics kit build. I really should prepare for that. Yeah, that's one thing Focus does. They have good games, they have bad games, but you know, they are not afraid to release a game that might not be good. And I think that's an important part for a developer. A developer that only releases good games, or games that they are assured will succeed, doesn't risk anything. And then you have your Call of Duty 17 and your Modern Warfare and the things that just change, you know, nothing. You need developers like Focus that are willing to go out of their way and publish something that others might not, that are willing to pay a developer that might otherwise not have a good time with their release. That is what is so important about a publisher. Support Beans. And I mean, in the end, isn't that what we're all here for? We're here to support Beans. Yep. So yeah, I can't thank you all enough. It's Ree and Alex and Shin and Flipped for the follows, of course. And I mean, everyone for being here. And MHF, yeah, I think Dalton only plays on PC actually. But yeah, MHF and Alex and Katna and everyone for coming in. Dalton, Kid as always, Eternal, who's probably already gone. I'm probably forgetting some. It's been a really, really nice stream today. So thank you all so much for coming on in.
I'm Cute Crash, by the way.
Yes, he is. But who knows for how much longer? There might be a name change pending. Never know. But yeah, I hope you all have a most relaxing and wonderful day. Take it slow, take it gentle. And I think I know who I'm gonna raid today. Looking at my list, we have a large variety. But here's a bean I don't think I've ever raided. So let me take a quick look what they are doing today. Now, of course, I'm getting an ad because how can you not get an ad when you do anything on... Also, looks like Dalton fell for it again. Haha! You know, I put this chatbot in on day 1, and all he does is tell people what my Discord is. If someone mentions Discord, or I push a button, and he tells people that they are indeed cute. Isn't that the best chatbot ever? Is there anything else needed? No, it's not. Because you are all cute. And you better accept it. But yeah, oops, no, here I wanted to be. I would say let's switch to a slightly older game. We're gonna raid Crafty Fox today. Never raided Crafty Fox, and that looks like a really fun one. So I will send you over to the Adventure Network. There we go, yep. Let me just make sure. It looked for a moment like they were ending. I don't want to raid an ending stream, but yeah, they are still active. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at Crafty Fox, also known as the Adventuring Network. And I will be back tomorrow, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, 7:30 Mountain. That's my time. I never mention that because no one lives here. Stay awesome, stay adorable, and thank you so much. Thank you, MHF and everyone, for coming in. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. And I love you. Stay cute.